Cyclone MMA. So I just watched the UFC 273 presser, and it was a pretty good one. These pressers are very hit or miss. Sometimes you get a fighter talking about your mom, and you go up and try to whack them.
Shut the up about, hey, don't talk about my mom for one. Don't you ever talk about my mom.
And then sometimes they're just super boring, and you have fighters going, meh, 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 meh. This one was in between. You had a little bit of the cringe in it, but you also had some kind of cool moments. Let's talk about what happened. So we didn't have Dana White at this press conference. Instead, we had the one and only Jon Anik, a beautiful man that I love very, very much. He's the best commentator, and I think he should do all media events, all pressers, every single UFC card. In fact, he should fight in the UFC. Okay, maybe not. But it involved all of the fighters on the main card except for Mark Madsen and Vince Pichel, which sucks because I just wanted to see Vince's mustache. It's just a thing of beauty. Aljamain Sterling came out wearing a Jacksonville Jaguars helmet and was, on his knee and pretending to block knees from Petr Yan or whatever. He also had an MMA rulebook. He got booed a lot. He got a lot of boos. People did not like him there, and people were cheering up Petr Yan, which is super telling just about the overall MMA fans' view of Aljamain Sterling right now. If you are being booed and your Russian opponent in Florida is getting all of these cheers, that's a terrible look for you. I don't know if you guys have been watching the last few UFC events, but people are booing the shit out of Russians. I'm not saying that's right. I'm just saying that's been happening. Gilbert Burns and Khamzat were really the fighters we were looking for at this press conference. If you look at the views on YouTube for all of these media events and everything, Khamzat and Burns are the ones getting the clicks. They were just on their phones the entire time. I'm pretty sure Khamzat was playing poker or solitaire or something. You tell me what that is. I can't figure it out. They were a little boring to me. Like Gilbert Burns was doing the blah, 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 blah thing where whenever Khamzat would talk, he would just basically mumble and make fun of the way he was talking. Meanwhile, you had Khamzat where anytime he was asked a question, he would have one answer. Let me give you an example of that. Khamzat, what did you have for breakfast today? I'm going to kill Gilbert Burns. Khamzat, what's your favorite color? I'm going to smash his face. Don't get me wrong, I love the confidence of Khamzat Chimaev, but you got to say more than I'm going to kill this guy, I'm going to smash him. Or maybe don't. I guess if you do show up and you smash the guy every time, I guess you can say that. Volkanovski and the Korean Zombie were just kind of nice dudes. They just kind of, chatted. They gave answers. One cool moment between the two, I guess, is they had a face-off and no one else had a face-off. Notice Jon Anik with the crackhead look on his face. And also the Korean Zombie just talked about what it would mean for Asia, the continent, and, all of these Asian MMA fighters. If he does become a champion, he thinks it can open up a market there and make it so there can be more Asian fighters in the UFC. So I thought that was pretty cool. Li Jingliang, or also known as the Leech, asked multiple questions at this event, which I think is pretty cool because he was Khamzat's last opponent and just got smashed in the first round. So seeing him, be a good sport and ask these questions, I think is just super good for his brand and is kind of heartwarming and cool to see. Also, you had Darren Till in the background, just shocked to see this. It's cool seeing Darren Till there supporting his new dude, his bromance partner in Khamzat Chimaev. Also, Mackenzie, Dern, and Tisha Torres, they had a pretty interesting exchange. It seemed very friendly up until now, but Torres is kind of just looking past Mackenzie Dern. She said she's kind of a middle opponent, she's faced a lot tougher, which I think is true, but she wasn't really giving Mackenzie Dern much respect at all, and Mackenzie Dern was talking about this, what happens when it hits the feet, or what happens when it hits the ground. Torres says she'll just get up, and I don't think Dern liked that very much, but this makes it a little bit more of an interesting fight. I think it was already a cool fight, but now that there's a little bit of FU energy there, it makes me more excited to watch it. And also, Alexander Volkanovski ended the press conference by just ripping his shirt open and showing his washboard abs and getting me all excited and such. No homo, but he is a beautiful man. And do you know who else is a beautiful man? Jon Anik. That's all. I'm super excited for these fights. You guys are too. Leave a like in the button with there's a button down below in it. There's thumbs up like this. you should click that with your mouse. Take your cursor, click the like button. We're going to get 14 likes on this video. That's the goal. If we can get over 14, that'd be cool. Actually, if we go over 14, we should start disliking. Let's keep it at exactly 14. So we're going to get 14 likes, and then we're going to get dislikes. So that way we have 14. Okay, 14, and then if it's at 14, don't go over. Don't go to 15. Dislike the video. Okay, bye. Amanda Nunes versus Megan Anderson.
Amanda. Duh.
Next, we got Artem Lobov. We're going to stick him right up at S tier. Just kidding.